So today, once again, we are going into understanding of failure and success. But today I wanted to take something very specific, as we said, that how many areas of your life, because there are three important areas of our life. One is personal, professional, and family. Okay. These three areas, and family, when I'm saying when it's your own part versus everybody else, how many areas of our life we feel failures, and what could be the reason? Is it my own shortcoming? Is it my own problem? Or is it that I look for that failure to the other person? And then we see the failure or the fear of success. And then where is that ceiling which is stopping me to grow? So what areas like personal, professional, and family, when we say, how many areas of our life and what could be the possible failures that we may feel? Personal areas is one, where I'm not earning as much, I'm not happy as much, people don't love me as much, or things where I'm not satisfied with my own performance in any area of my life. So that's personal. Spiritual growth also can be included within personal. So where you feel I am missing on some of these aspects. So from that personal to professional areas. Professional is about salary, success, recognition, achievement, office, or business whatsoever. And then the other area is family. Now, family is a very, very important area. In fact, personal and professional both are interconnected through, even family matters sometimes. So when you feel failure, what makes you feel like that? We have, Sabha here with us. So maybe I'm also interacting with her, and then I will also keep coming back, because this is now a seminar and a webinar both for me simultaneously. Okay, Param? Yes, sir.
I guess for me, then you would be just not feeling enough, right? So it could be, like you were saying, I can't think of the word connection, but I feel like, just not getting enough appreciation, for example.
Enough appreciation from others.
Which could be professional or...
Oh, so you are relating this with all the three areas of your life where people don't acknowledge me or people don't appreciate me enough. Okay.
Because that appreciation then, I guess, is, even if you talk about bonuses or the financial, that all comes into appreciation, right? Because the appreciation is not only by words, it is through other
gestures as well. Financially as well, it comes. Right. Param, what is failure per se as a map? When do you consider someone to be a failure in personal, professional, or family area of your life?
So actually what Sabha told just now, like lack of appreciation and all, I can continue from there that when you have not done enough, that has meant enough for you. It's always about us. So you feel there is lack of appreciation, you want to do more appreciation, I'm not getting that. But then once when you're satisfied that, like, no, with yourself, that time appreciation doesn't matter, because you know your own achievements. So that time failure and nothing, at least you tried. And there are few where you succeeded, where few you didn't succeed. That way I am taking it that way right now. For
so
failure,
you are saying, if I've understood it correctly, you are saying that if you're truly fulfilled and confident from within, the outside appreciation will not matter to you or should not matter to you.
not.
So you should always look within, that what is that factor which you can strengthen in order to feel better than expecting it from the environment. Is it?
Yes, sir. That is how I feel now. Like,
Now, after the hypnotherapy journey,
but
we
if
all
someone
have
appreciates, it's
become
always
the Buddhas.
welcome. If someone appreciates, who doesn't want appreciation? We all want appreciation.
We all want.
But if someone does not, so it's okay. We'll still keep trying more. That's what success is for me.
It should not affect us. Exactly. Right. Tara, what do you say? When do you consider someone to be a failure? Or about your own stories, if we may say. Sarah, you there?
Yes, I'm there. I think I think where everything goes wrong. I mean, there are moments in your life when you feel everything is going wrong. Then I think that could be the moment where you feel a bit of a failure. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Little bit, there is little buzzing sound, sort of echoing.
Yes. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. So
Um,
maybe you can type and I will read
okay.
it if you want. Maybe.
Yes.
In the meanwhile,
Okay.
I'll go to Sonali. Sonali.
Yes. For me, sorry, yeah. I think failure is when you are not able to accomplish, continuously in life. Like not just it's once or a few times. It's like throughout the years, and that's when one starts feeling not so good about himself or herself. And that's when you seek validation from others. Your self-esteem goes so low.
Yeah, because when that happens from the environment, when the desired response doesn't come, so it's not about also you feeling it, it's also environment makes you feel. And then you take it too deep in your personality, and then you keep believing in it that I'm not a successful person. Whether technically before a certain while ago, you believed that you were successful, but someone came and punctured that confidence and said, oh, so it's also sometimes lack of self belief that can make you feel entirely like a failure or a loser.
But there are also like these preconceived, I guess, in the environment, in the society, that the preconceived notions, right? Where someone has X amount of money, that is success. Someone who has 5 kids is a success. Someone who's in happy marriage is a success. So all of these
It's
parameters
subjective.
but they're almost kind of set from the society, from us, right?
Yeah,
And like,
yeah. It's
like
outside to you.
A person who lives alone, we would not consider them a success. We think that they have messed up their relationship. Although it might not be
Right.
true,
Or
but
they
that's
may
how it's
they may
perceived.
have a beautiful car that they are driving, but maybe the relationship areas are completely messed up. Now, would you call that person a successful person? Maybe not, but for someone, he or she is successful. So it's all the impression that we also pick up from our environment and what they, and how much of self-belief that within you, that you have, Sonali. Yes, Param.
So just tell me, what I'm thinking now is that if I want to do something, and at least I have tried and was able to do 50%, so I will not consider myself a failure
As a
if I,
failure.
yeah,
Right.
but I have not tried at all, and I feel, oh, I'm not able to do, I'll feel like a failure.
I get that.
But,
So at
yeah,
least you tried. Whether the result also
yeah.
came or not came is a different thing. Yes, now Sarah has written down something. I have a question. Whenever possible, how do you take someone into 5 stages of loss? Yeah, that's a completely tangent question, Sarah. We will take it differently. I thought that you wrote that how success or not success that comes. Okay, that I will take it later on. I'll leave no problem, Sarah. I'll leave a voice note to you. And how do we complete the 5 stages of loss? Otherwise, this class will become more of a support group for hypnotherapy level 1 to 4 than being the spiritual Saturday.
We
Yes.
don't mind.
Kajal ji, over to you. Thank you, Gitu. Gitu also wrote something. Failure of living up to expectations of others is failure. But others' expectation is also something which you don't want to keep up to anyone's expectation. No, that others' expectation, Gitu, can be of anyone. Then that is your elder, that is somebody else coming from outside, or it could be your father, it could be your in-laws, it could be your husband, it could be your children. Then you're living for others. No, you'll never be able to please everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, but that is what we are doing, I think. We are living for others. We are not living our lives. So if we are living for others, mostly I can see because life is nothing but relationships. And if it is relationships, we are living for others to meet up to others' expectations. And
But can you fulfill others' needs without fulfilling your own?
yes, the point is here that we are not fulfilling our needs. For me, we are complete as a whole. Okay, I am satisfied with my own self. But once I'm not able to expect to others' needs, I feel failure. For me, the point is that. So it
Oh.
is.
So there is some very solid past life oaths that you've taken, Geetu, looks like. Okay, this is something which is like a big time, that if I'm not able to please and live up to others' expectation, I will not consider myself as a success. Then that's an oath. Okay, Geetu, have you attended
Maybe.
level 4 yet?
Yeah,
Did you complete?
we had a class today, but it was cancelled
Oh, with Irina?
because of yeah, with Irina, with Irina.
Ah, okay. But how many? So why was it cancelled?
Because of there was some fire alarm thing going on the
Oh,
whole day, so we
oh,
had to
okay.
cancel that. We were not able to hear anything.
Okay, okay. So for sure, maybe in 4 and 5, of course, Yuvraj sir will come. So oaths and vows you will definitely look at. But please do note it down that pleasing others is never considered to be success or a failure. Please remember that.
Yeah,
You should be a success person by yourself. See, because we can't pour from an empty cup. Remember that. If you are not fulfilled from inside, if your needs are not met, because many of us, we feel that we will be considered selfish, will be considered self-centered. And a whole lot of people have this notion in their head that if I give priority too much to my own self, I'll be self-obsessed, or I'll be called or labeled as selfish person, and I cannot be selfish. See, there is also one more need that I've always seen with my clients, because I've seen so many clients. Compulsively, we all want to be looked upon as nice people. We don't want to be seen as dark or negative people, because then that will make us feel all unloved and rejected. So we all show only the right side, or the so-called happy side and successful side to the world.
yeah,
Okay, remember that. And success is very subjective. See, success, when we talk about, let's say for a toddler, success is being able to get the favorite toy as a rattler, or is able to take few steps without falling. That's success for a toddler. You go to the play age, you go having a friend and a like-minded companion to sit and play with and share the joy with, is success. You go little ahead in the school age, where the success is getting good marks and getting appreciated from the parents. You get to the next level, in puberty and adolescent part,
yeah,
where you are able to find someone who gets attracted to you and appreciates you. That is success for someone. So even the way, when we see, there are plots of success that completely changes from age to age, isn't it?
yes,
So, but you see success in the real uh, need, or let's associate success with 7 chakras. Okay, and see the stages of success, that how do we grow in each way. So let's say if someone compulsively connects success with money and survival, and all my needs are met with, I'm able to pay my EMIs in time, I'm able to pay my credit card bills in time, I'm able to get food for my family, and I'm able to live a sustainable life. This is the root chakra of success.
yeah,
Okay, where I do not create debt. What will be the failure? The failure will be someone living completely with debts and has to depend for their daily living and earning also on somebody else. Now that's the root chakra failure. This person will not be able to think about spirituality, because then there is nothing going in. From the root chakra, when you grow to the next level, you go into sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is about being creative, dynamic, and attracting attention, and being popular and being recognized. So sacral chakra is also about recognition. As you were also saying, that when people don't recognize you money wise or position wise or your skill set, and if they are not being verbally appreciated. Now the sacral chakra success. So if your root chakra is fulfilled, but you're not recognized and appreciated, then also you will not feel successful. So that's the second layer of feeling of a failure, when I have money but I don't have recognition.
but I think exactly this
The
I
Maslow's
was.
hierarchy, as we keep growing higher.
Yeah, this was exactly I was saying. Even if you talk about root chakra, so we are talking about people who want to survive and they want to meet their family's needs. So it is all about a relationship. Failure to meet other person's need is a failure for me. Okay,
I get it.
otherwise we are all animals. Otherwise we are living for ourselves. Okay, so failure is not the concept of, I
So
think,
you are
for
saying It's only a human who will do for others. Is how you are separating the two.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So,
I
so
get your
if
point
I'm,
now.
yeah, so even if it is root chakra, even if you go by Maslow's theory of this thing needs, anywhere if you will see, indirectly, you are meeting the needs of other people. This is what I wanted to say. So
I get that.
failure to failure to meet the expectations of others
No,
is
but
failure.
Maslow put your own survival first. First, you drink water, then you'll be able to reach out to
Yes,
someone to quench their thirst. No.
yes, yes.
Or your family who you're supporting, so
Everyone comes in the same gamut.
Yeah.
From survival and sacral, you then go to the control plot. Now, when I'm successfully living fearless, so being fearless also, and you are able to take risks, even when you are able to take on any reality and take charge of your life. For few people, success is that. So fear of failure, that if I'm not able to take charge, hence I will be a failure. So I have money, I have even relationship and friends, but I'm not having the confidence to go out and acknowledge. Now that lack of confidence also can make someone feel completely, in the solar, feel very weak. So though I have money, though I have friends and people who appreciate me, but I don't have confidence to represent my own needs and put my boundaries correctly. And hence I feel a failure. You get this?
Yes, yes, yes.
So each level, the shade of, how successful or how much of a failure that you feel will change. Then coming to the heart, no one loving me. I have everything. Now I have confidence also. I have money also. I have sacral, dynamism, creativity, and also everything. But now no one loves me and appreciates me. That can completely make someone feel failure. Everything else is there, but I'm unloved. And that makes me feel failure in the relationship area, which is the personal dynamic once again. The family dynamics when we talk about.
And when do we feel unloved? When there is relationship, when there is a relationship. So there is the other party always involved in that. My point is that the other party is always involved in that.
But what is the role of self-love then in that case, Gitu?
Self-love is pure enlightenment.
And we are not enlightened, we cannot get it.
I can't say anything about anyone. So for me, it is not achieved. Self-love is not achieved. But otherwise, the whole life is about others. And when you start to live for yourself also, indirectly, you will see that it is about others only. It's very difficult. I don't know.
Your
I don't
happiness
know.
comes from others' happiness. If they are in harmony, I will be in harmony. So
That is a very straight way to put it, but then it is more complicated than what you are even saying. I don't know how to explain this. It's very complicated.
We all evolve.
Yes,
See, life is complicated.
yes.
If we all could
Yes.
solve life, we would be already in the heaven. We would not be sitting here.
So so even if you are talking about the survival thing, like it at the very base, if I want to survive, I will eat, I will drink, I will survive myself, but I cannot go to the second stage until I see that my family's needs are also met. So the human being is not that selfish. I presume that.
Agreed. As of now, yes, we are still in the era where we care for others and we are
Yes.
not that bad.
Yes. So for me it is like that, but then opinions are different, and I do accept your point also.
No. See, I am just discussing. I'm also here to learn, Gitu, from all your perspective. The very purpose of these spiritual Saturdays is not only to make you all. I'm also getting spiritual in this journey with all of you. The discussion itself is leading to such beautiful learnings, even for me, because we all are right now talking only about possibilities.
Yeah.
And where in the journey I'm also discovering it with all of you. That's how I become a better therapist. So I don't learn from books. I learn from these interactions with everyone. So today you are also teaching me something, definitely.
Oh,
and that is
thank
what
you.
I'm going to. No, everyone, each one of us are a teacher for each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask
Yes,
today what the
Sonali.
topic was different, but it got changed, I think.
No, it is fear of failure and fear of success.
Really? Okay, it was some kindness and compassion. I don't know. I maybe I read
Kindness
something.
and karma, is it?
Yeah. Well, I was, anyways, whatever topic
People
is going
send
on,
me
it's
all
always
sort of
helpful.
advertisements and I get carried away.
I was wondering what's the topic.
What
Okay,
is
so
today's-
my question is that if suppose, as I said, that if the failure keeps on recurring in life, you know, so it's become what do you say, a pattern, and it is being run. It's being converted into a program which is running one's life.
Right.
Then what can be done?
No, so which means it's a pattern which is coming that you haven't learned from, Sonali. So how do you learn from your patterns? Because we all know learning from level 1 to level 4, I think all of us are at least up to level 3 and now getting into level 4. Even if I think about Gitu, is let's understand that if on this entire thing is where, again, but I don't know if I'll be able to share this or not. Just let me see. Oh, this never goes into a writing pad. Someone has logged in from the phone, so I'm not able to share once again. But let's understand that as you look at the straight line, in that straight line, whenever we are looking at the patterns and we have these learnings, you know, as the significant learnings, when we say, Sonali, when you're not able to change, let's say failure, when we talk about, if it is failure in the relationship area, okay, these are the two areas if we discuss, relationship and interpersonal areas, and success, which is money and professional career area. Remember that when your relationship with your mother is not fulfilled, it will have a failure feeling in the relationship areas. And when your relationship with your father and paternal side of the story is not fulfilled, your professional areas will make you feel like failure. Yes, sir.
يعني ريلاكسيشن او انه رأس صحف. اهلا وسهلا لدرجه الميتان ده طبعا في اليوم جاهز. اهلا فيكي. طبعا.
Hello, Roa. Hello. Yes, Sonali. So if we are not able to strike a balance and especially feel the failure, I think we need to look at relationship with the father. How did our father perform? Number one. How did my mother look up to my father as a successful person? Because that is also a program that got associated in your filter. Both ways, because it's sexuality development overall in every area of your life. When it is about money, stability, grounding, confidence, all of these areas are always linked with the father. How my mother looked up to the father, how much did my mother respect my father, and how much my mother considered my father to be man enough as a provider. Because when what is success is every need of the family a man or woman is able to fulfill. When you go into the older formats of communication and the roles that got defined, okay, feminine, masculine, I'm not going into, but as the nurturance and providership, when we talk about within us, when we swing into the masculine side, is where all those women also who are earning, they are going out of their way to become provider. They're extending their masculine side. That masculine side has a program coming from our father, because that's how the masculinism is programmed within us. If the father was passive and mother took that role of being masculine, then it's mother's father whose masculinity which is coming. Are you getting this? So it's not your father's masculinity, it's your mother's masculinism. So where did your mother get it from? There will be, so even in graphology, we say it's a program 1 and 0. 0 is the program that comes from the mother and the 1 is the program that comes from the father. So when you see a lot of edgy handwriting and which is very pokey, sharp handwriting, when you see, we say this is a program 1 person, which is the emo personality. which is programmed more from the father's side of the story. And when we say the zero comes from the feminine side of it, from the providership, creating from nothing. Now that's where the mother's program, we say. And this person will then be a heart ruled person eventually. The physical person, as we say, act first, think later. And that is what we refer to as. So from, as we were saying, heart, feeling unloved is where I think we all went into it. From there comes the communication. If you're able to communicate and confidently your ideas are expressed to the other side, that could be success. Like for example, me, my entire career is based on how I communicate with people. If let's say on a certain day when I'm not able to communicate well, and if I don't have that confidence, my entire success, in fact, even all of you would not feel like relating to me saying, oh, what happened? It's the communication that gets me. Hence, a lot of times there are people who look at money as an energy and think that there is success. But I see success entirely with, like in the Indian context, if I say, I don't look as much towards Lakshmi because my source of Lakshmi is through Saraswati. So I every time bow down to the Saraswati, because there are very few people who bow down to the goddess of knowledge. Then they always go on Diwali and do all the puja for the Lakshmi, the goddess of the knowledge. And of course, in the perspective where we in Indian culture we have the Trinity God. When we say the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, the Brahma is the God of creator. Now creation cannot happen without knowledge. Hence, with Brahma there is Saraswati. These are all metaphorical understandings which maybe people don't understand as much. Then you go to the nurturance, maintenance of life. Maintenance cannot happen without money and wealth. So it's Lakshmi. And destruction, for destroying with the Shiva, you need Shakti, which is the power. So the representation is how it was depicted in the culture. Whereas if you see purely from the combination of all of them, there is knowledge which is in the making. That's the first thing. And all the creation, before even the creation, destruction has to happen. Only then the creation begins. So there are a whole lot of myths and misconceptions that we've been living with. That we feel creation is the stage one. Creation is not the stage one, by the way. Destruction is the stage one. Like even when you're building a high rise, the first thing that you do is destruct to create the foundation. You don't create from there. You first destroy. Then you start your creating, no? So that is where I think even before you sow the seeds in the farming, you first have to destroy and remove all the boulders and stones which are there. So from destruction is where the sowing of the seeds, which is creation, that comes out. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. So success will also have a loop of failure in the antithesis. And from that failure is where you learn is how you will grow successful. But on the flip side, there are people who also have fear of success. And there are many of us who do not get to the success because we all have flip beliefs that if I get successful, I'll not get time for family. If I get successful, I'll be labeled and judged by others. If I get successful, I'll have a whole lot of nonsense coming into my life. And all those kind of beliefs where I procrastinate, where even in level 4, we saw the ceiling, the life script when we are going to talk about it.
So how do you get rid of
the fear of success? So many people, I've had actually clients sitting with me and saying that, like, for example, in India, we have 10 lakhs as 1 million as one of your service tax parameters, where your service tax will only begin after you cross that. Otherwise, up to 10 to 15 lakh slab, you don't have to pay service tax. Now the GST. So a whole lot of people said, say, I don't want to file before that. I don't want to go beyond 14, 15 lakhs. Because who will get to that level where, all of that, and then they keep procrastinating. And then they actually manifest a ceiling where they don't grow beyond that. When I used to go into, let's say, organizing some of the level 1s and levels that we've been doing, or any other training, when I do open program, let's say, I used to go to the hotel and the hotel used to ask for minimum guarantee. Okay. Now, they always ask how many minimum participants will you pay for, which means what? That even if you have 2 participants or 5, you will have to pay for 10 because they are engaging a property for you for that particular day. So you have to pay with that certain advance. And then, so I would always say, book for 5, give me a smaller room. Because I'm not sure whether I will have, so my own degree of that success and projection that I'm looking forward to has a double slit and a self-doubt. So biggest problem in your fear of failure is low self-esteem, but fear of success is your self-doubt. So both these have to be dealt with whenever we are talking about, and it's the program that we've received from both our parents.
But do you think that you may jinx it? Like that's how I think.
You jinx it, obviously, but what is that jinxed it? Because you have energized and magnetized that reality, because ask, believe, receive. So in my belief that I'm not going to attract more than 5 participants, so I've jinxed it. Actually, I've energized it to stay there. And that's my ceiling beyond which I'm not able to grow.
What I'm saying is, like, do you feel like, let's say you say that, no, book for 10 or book for 20, right? A part of you is fearing that because you
I will be anxious.
Confident,
I will be anxious, and I've done
no
this.
one's gonna come there.
I have done this, Sabha, where I used to book for 10 people, but I'll have 8 participants, but still I would go ahead and pay for 10. Then what I would do, I'll tell my other participants and other friends and people from my family, come and attend the class. Just so that I justified in my head saying, okay, at least 10 people I paid for, that they at least learned in the bargain. You know, so each time that fear of failure and fear of success both plays for us. Hence, whenever, even with your children, when you are making that association, we got to remember that what kind of reality we are magnetizing, what kind of money associations we are building. Because though we keep saying that money is equal to is not success, but money often gets associated with success. 80% of people will say money is equal to success.
So that is because you will only start thinking success after your basic needs are met, right? Like let's say your basic needs are not met, then you're not going to say, oh, I find my work so
there are people,
right? It has to be
yeah,
after a certain level.
Yeah, but that again is very subjective. There are people who say at the end of the day, if I got food, I'm successful. Now, that's my degree of satisfaction, and that's their ceiling.
Yeah.
So, you know, every money related or success related definition itself is very subjective at the end of it.
So one can have both fears of failure as well as success.
Both, yes, very rarely, but yes, it is possible. You cannot, you know, rule out this entire thing. I have dealt with it, so I know. And there are few times your fear of success is coming from even your past life, by the way. That where you've died being very successful and you were walking. I've had one person who had fear of success is walking with a, you know, with a bag of gold and jewelry on the road, and someone shot him dead and took away his bag. And he was robbed. So he died on the spot, thinking it is bad to have so much wealth which I'm carrying, and one should not accumulate so much of wealth that can be robbed anytime. That's fear of success coming from a past life. So fear of success will, you know, will have its own root cause from where this belief is coming, and that is why we go into the beliefs.
Because as you said, that self-esteem, I mean, there can be self-esteem and self-doubt issues both, you know.
Both.
So
both.
Then there would be both the fears.
Both the fears. So this person will also be unsettled in the relationship area and unsettled in the wealth area both. And perhaps one would have attracted a partner who presses the button saying not man enough, not earning enough. And that is the root cause to the breakup.
So फिर क्या करने का उसका?
No, so you heal either those past lives you talk about, or either those inner children who have got that impression from the parents. See, that is where family constellation or karma constellation comes in, where a whole lot of karma, that why you even chose to be born in a family like this. Like, you know, a lot of us, we either look at inner child healing, or when we look at, you know, the higher self, that why did I choose this kind of a family to be born to? Yes, Sarah is writing something. Fear of success is linked to low self-esteem, and fear of failure is linked to self-doubt. That's the other way around, Sarah. What you wrote, fear of failure is because I have fear of low self-esteem, and fear of success is I have self-doubt. It's the other way around. And that is why fear of failure. See, if also like, again, I think most of my clients, whenever they've come to me with money related issues and in the area of failure or success, by default, they've gone into, some of these areas. Especially, in fact, today I had a handwriting. Just a minute. Here you see the G. Every G is dark and overtake. Every G for this person. G is for money. So I want to earn more money. Is what is the association for this person? Like if you all see this handwriting sample, can you all see? I'm sorry, it's coming like a mirror image to all of you.
No,
But
it says we can read.
No, you can just look at the G, all the G's.
Yeah.
Can you see it's retraced and it's all, written over and over again on the G's here? See this G,
Yes. Yes.
This is G, and this is G. And even here there is G. Every single G, and G is for money. And there's a pastosity. Pastosity meaning you're retracing it and putting a lot of ink there. So extra flow of ink on a certain letter is, which means I want to experience it more. Now, this person may be already successful, but the greed and low self-worth makes him feel I don't have enough. So from wherever you are, you feel I wanted more. So even greed doesn't let the person feel enough. You get this? This is very important. So money areas, I feel inadequate. Money areas, I feel incomplete. Money areas, I feel I'm not satiated enough. And money areas, I feel are, once again, I am not recognized enough. All of these areas.
Content, right? Like, I guess then you don't have need, you don't want to be, you're fine with whatever you have. But
Right.
Isn't that in a way a failure of success, right? Because you're just content with whatever you have. You don't
No, so contentment, see,
more.
there is a proverb which we use now, that the contentment kills motivation.
In a way, because you just sort of
Satisfaction kills motivation. So technically, if you look at it, law of karma says you should never be content.
Otherwise, how are you going to succeed?
Or no, it is the other way around. Sometimes we say now that you should not be greedy. You be content and then you will not incur more karmas. But then again, it's how your primitive mind and how your modern memory is reading this entire piece of information. Otherwise, this is never going to end. See, what will your client come to you with is to heal fear of failure or fear of success. In fact, a lot of times they are not even aware that they have fear of success. They feel I'm creating, endless losses, or I am creating people who are leaving me from my office, or they feel that I'm not getting the kind of funding that I'm looking at. Why is the funding not coming? Because if the funding comes, you'll become successful. You basically don't want to become successful. Is the fear of success. Because if I get the funding, I'll have to hire this one, that one, expand the team. There's too much. Like how classically, you remember that, someone, that boatman story, that there is a very rich businessman or a trader who wanted to cross the river. And that trader went at the bank about 2 o'clock, which was fortunately or unfortunately time for this boatman's sleeping time. So he used to diligently sleep from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So the person said, please take me to the other side of the shore, other side of the river. So he said, no, it is my time to sleep. So the trader started saying, get up, I'm giving you double the money. Take me there right now. He says, no, I will wake up only at 3 o'clock. That is my time. This is my time to rest. So he says, what kind of a person are you? Why are you not getting up and why are you not crossing? I'm giving you double the money. I said, what will I need the double money for? Oh, come on, you will earn more. You will have 2 boats. Okay, if I have 2 boats, then what will happen? You'll be able to keep employees. You'll have more boats. If I have 10 boats, what will I do? Then everybody will earn for you and then you will be able to rest for the rest of your life. He says, what am I doing right now? I'm resting. So what do I earn so much and get there and have 10 boat and paying salaries for those 10 boatmen? They will be working, they'll be giving me money that much anyway, which is I'm earning. So I'm sleeping. I don't want your double money. So a lot of people, they are intelligent, they're saying, so many of us, I mean, these are the kind of stories that I also say as Translogic to my clients, saying, see, this is what we are doing. This is the kind of game that we are playing with our own self. And where are we playing this game? Our own conditioning, our own critical filter at the end of it. And we don't know what to do about it. Sonali. So we effectively have to eventually, see, I'll tell you, either it is about a person who gave you that belief, or is it the belief that came through an experience from a situation, which is a memory that you need to work with or neutralize and integrate that inner child. Or third one, which is a setback, which went too deep into your own personality, once again as a childhood or an inner child. You have to reparent that inner child to come back and say, hey, you know what is in your hand or your control? Give your best, leave the rest to the universe. So surrender. And that is where you will then go with the flow. You get that? Param, what do you feel?
I got lost a bit in between. I wanted to ask you something, but that reminds me of my father-in-law. When खाने का time नहीं है तो कमा क्यों रहे हो खाने के लिए? So that's what reminded me.
See,
कि
exactly.
दो रोटी के लिए
These are the old school people. They say खाने का time नहीं है तो कमा क्यों रहे हो?
So that reminds me of him. He used to always say.
Sabha is saying, I feel like taking a holiday. So they're saying, what are we doing? No, like I'll tell you, one of the class demos that I did, Param. So one person, I was doing live script. Okay, you will all be doing live script in level 4. So when you take the index finger up is where you're supposed to do the future progression and see your live script operating at level 10. Okay. So what is it that you see at live 10? I thought that the person will see, wow, I have this, I have big company, I have, you know, here, there, employees everywhere, all of that. She says, I am sitting on the bank of the river and I'm very comfortable. I have a villa. I'm having I'm reading a book. And I'm at complete peace with myself. And that is what my life script at 10 is. I said, wow. You know, it's such a different life script that the person manifested. And she's actually a dean or dean of a psychology university of psychology department of a very popular university that I work with in India. So she was the dean and director of that department, where she simply says that I'm already living a very hectic life. I want to take my retirement at an early stage and go and just rest and chill and read book and write book and guide people and all of that. That is my life script. And I'm actually flying like a free bird is what I'm seeing in my life script. And I have ample time for myself, which otherwise I don't get. So many people visualize success as money. Many people visualize success with time for self, having a perfect health is sometimes there. So people fear that I should not deteriorate in my health, or I don't deteriorate in my social earning. Sometimes even parents feel successful or failure based on how their children are performing in examination or even their recognition within the society. They become their trophy children. So mother or parents are recognized by how bad or good the child is. I said, oh my God, that's even worse.
That's so true.
Their external, then it's just their kids that they're living through, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
otherwise they're all-
Yeah, then they will push their children through the ladder of ambition and fulfill it, do this, that, you know, become doctor, become an achiever, and the mother will go out of the way to push this child to skating, to drawing, to jumping, to karate, to MBA, to whatsoever. And she's like, my God, from morning to evening, you're completely hassled. And mother is trying to live out or father is trying to live out his incompletions through the child to feel successful. Ke main to kuch nahi kar paya, but let us feel. Because this is where I think then again, in a later life, when after 50 or middle age crisis, when we talk about, okay, a whole lot of people after 40s, when they start feeling very hassled, that half or more than half of my life is gone, and I have not even purchased a house for myself, and I don't even have few good achievements. I don't have a good car. They go into middle age crisis and they actually leave their families, and their children become completely emos and quit from life completely. It is so difficult for them to manage. And that is what the middle age crisis is, because then this middle age crisis, if you're still not an achiever at the age 60 and 65, later life when you reach, you become what is the trait, which is integrity versus despair. So if you've lived up to your ambition, what you thought that I should be, or where I could be, or where, technically how successful I want to become. So in the later life, if you've got there, you will be in integrity. And if you've not got to that success, fear of failure or the complete miserable sadness part is in the later life. People lose their, faith in destiny, and then they feel completely inferior, and then they take up jobs or voluntary things like in the society, becoming a treasurer to get respect. And for them, gaining respect from their voluntary contributions, they feel successful. And that's where integrity versus despair is the theme at a later life stage, which I think we all learned it in level 2 somewhere. So, level 2, stages of development.
Okay.
Later life, where integrity versus despair. That is the theme where you remember.
Level 2, stages of development, I remember, but again I'll open the book to see that integrity versus
despair. आप लोगों ने लिखा होगा level 2 notes में. Please see, because that is the stage where maximum people feel like failure. If I don't have a house, and see, that is where in the Indian scriptures we say Vanaprasth. Vanaprasth stage comes after 65. That's the later life. So Vanaprasth is what? बच्चों की शादी कर दी है, enough money, enough home, everything, सारा सब कुछ हो गया, and the whole family is good. Now we go into the forest. So all the people would walk into the forest and then live in some sort of an ashram with fulfilling their, or तीर्थ यात्रा पे निकल जाते थे, those kind of old school concepts. Hajj pe jana is also that age where I've done everything, where I've now got rid of all my responsibilities, and now this is success for me. Now I'll go to Hajj. That's how I think we look at it. Geetu, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I've been listening to you, especially that boatman story. It's been going into my mind and again and again. First time I've heard this story, it's very interesting.
No, because that story also affected me in my head, saying, यार बराबर बात है कि वो सोया हुआ 1 से 3 का टाइम में वो बज नहीं हो रहा है, वो उसको डबल पैसे देना है, मैं तेरे को और ज्यादा दूंगा, बैग फुल ऑफ गोल्ड दूंगा, गेट अप, टेक मी देयर. ही इज सेइंग व्हाट एम आई डूइंग इट फॉर? यू से यू विल हैव 10 बोट्स एंड देन यू विल स्लीप. आराम से बोले वो तो मैं अभी भी कर रहा हूं.
That's interesting. A lot to learn from a small story.
These stories really have depth.
It's like when you started telling the story, it's like, how stupid is this man? Like, how lazy is he? Why can he not get up?
Yeah, we would easily label, but then.
And then why do you want to rest like 20 years later where you might not even have the
health, exactly, and that.
Or the ability to enjoy it, it might not even be there.
Exactly. So that is the idea. But sometimes, in the name of that mission, like people ask me, Rajesh sir, you wake up at 7:30 in the morning and you're working till 11 o'clock at night, and this is what is happening pretty much in my journey these days. So now people ask me how much more success or how much more this you want to be. But then I feel that there's a crazy need for me to create opportunities. And this is the time in this decade where I feel that through the number of sensible healers that we have to create, and if I have some piece of wisdom that is flowing through me, I cannot close that tap even for an hour. Only for my sleeping is where I close that tap. Hence I keep doing these free seminars, free productivity, nothing else. Go talk, inspire people, talk to them, keep doing free sessions. Even like right now there is a class which is going on where my team members are taking 2 classes there, where I've given them the guidelines. Now I'm multiplying my lessons through my students and they are doing graphology class. So Nishi is doing the class, Param, right now for my India happiness coaching, which is happening.
Oh, Oh,
right now.
when did you start India Happiness, sir?
It already started 2 months ago. So we are now doing the head functions now.
Okay.
So evening batches are all happening there and they have become the teachers. So I'm saying this is how, see, even Yuvraj sir started his vision and today 160 teachers are there. And today Yuvraj sir also used to, now he's into the boatman phase where now he is living out his highest potential. He is relaxing and all of us are going ahead. So this is the phase where we all will get there eventually. And he is inspired deeply to each one of us. And you all have met him. He's such a great man. Yeah. Yeah, Mukundji. Yes. Yeah, there are a whole lot of more people now that I can see. Mukundji, what is it that you want to say? So as I'm in Forex trading training, today I came to know my Lakshmi. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Because that is how we create, no? That is how the nurturance happens. And that is how we all have specific deities and pairs that were made in the whole understanding of our own mythology. Great. Thank you for that acknowledgement. So thank you each one for your presence and each time making it a point to come and discuss and add to my own information and enriching my own experience bank by these beautiful conversations that we all have. I think what we will do is compassion and kindness. We put it to the next week. We will definitely talk about it. I completely got derailed, but I think this was the need of the hour. Everyone who joined us today. So please swap that in your head that next week we will talk about compassion and kindness.
Every topic is important, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But thank you, Sonali. Thank you so much, everyone, for this participation, and each time Kajalji making it a point to, in spite of having all the commitments, though you told me that today you will not be able to attend, you are still making it every Saturday. It makes us feel so blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Param.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, Sara,
Thank
Mukundji,
you.
Amal, Roa, for your presence.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.